we are. Yes. Hello, everyone. We are live. Of course, now I've got a sneeze coming on. Welcome back to Kyr's Lament this week. Well, our sort of anti-heroes, I guess. Our villains have arrived at
misunderstood heroes.
Nice.
Yes.
You've all arrived at Xangard. You took the time to meet up with to hear from Akari. She sent a Nereid by the name of... Oh, yeah, it's in here somewhere. And she gave you all the lowdown on what Akari wanted. She took Ari and Rhea with her for a different mission and asked all of you to find whoever's behind this pillaging of a bunch of Akari shrines. Minor things have been taken and other things have been destroyed, but the thing that she wants you to retrieve is a small vial of a special water from a pool in one of the Akari's biggest temples, called Algorn's Tears. Algorn being a titan, and the tears being very, very powerful. They glow an aquamarine color when contained within a beaker or glass bottle. You can see a visible current to the water as though it's trying to escape. Yeah, and it's dangerous. So, however, since they don't have many people that are not sea folk, it's hard to approach and figure out who's actually behind this. So Akari has enlisted you all. The only clues you were given, I believe, were that it was someone here at this location that has at least 3 ships that go out on these regular excursions to pillage the shrines. I think that was the only clues. Anywho, there you have it. So you've gotten all that information. You then all went into the city to find a place to lay low, recover, rest, get some food and drink. And shortly after you all sat down to drink, Tassos used a sending stone to message Thaxl. No, I'm sorry. Did you message him or did he message you?
He messaged me.
Okay. Just saying, essentially, he's thinking of her and misses her. And he also has a little bit of a surprise for her that she might enjoy. That being Reginald Pippenstock, a gift named Reginald Pippenstock, muffled, gagged apparently in the area, that he's just going to hang on to until Thaxl has the time to return, as circumstances allow it.
Oh, I'll make time.
Nice. Yeah, that's about it. You all saw a wanted board that had a few different quests up there. I think there was missing members of the government, local government, and then there was like a murder spree, I think, in the mage section. And there was some third thing I can't recall at the top of my head. I think it was a creature, maybe.
Let's see. There was a murder spree in the Mages District, guinea pigs wanted in the Mages District, and city officials that were missing.
Okay. Neat. All right. So we were at the bar. Everyone's chilling and drinking, and Tassos sent that message to Thaxl, and that's where we ended. So that's where we can pick up. And take it away.
She's chugging her wine.
You had 1 week.
And it was still not long enough.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so who's at the table again? Deena, Valkyn, pretty much everybody, right?
Yeah, the four of us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Maria and Ari are not there.
Ari are gone. So we have two ways of looking for this person. A mage is going to be the one that would want this stuff. But the person we know, they have 3 boats. So we can either we can maybe split up 2 people, check out, kind of ask around in the docks area, and 2 in the mages district to see who might be looking for it.
I say pick a direction and let's go.
Do you think we all should go?
Oh, yeah,
Together?
no, not splitting. I mean, why not?
Well,
what else are we going to do?
Like I said, I mean, the Malagas and I can, as magic users, can go check out in the mages district, and you 2 can go check out the dock area and ask around.
I mean,
if
you want to split, then okay. I can watch out after the owl.
Imagine taking Malagas into the dock area. How long do you think he'll last before he's captured and sold as a slave?
Oh.
He kind of tucks his hood up.
We can't watch him and the owl.
What if I disguise him? I have disguise self.
I think he can disguise himself. Well, let's disguise self. That only works on you, though, dear.
Shh.
No, I think let's.
Malagas
and I go check. Yeah, Malagas and I go check out the mages district. You guys can check out the docks, and we'll meet back up here. What time of day is it right now?
I feel like it was pretty early in the morning, so it's probably like
mid-morning or something. I think.
Yeah, it's mid-morning because I requested wine.
So with our breakfast. So we'll meet up here at dinner time.
Yep.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Oh, and while you guys are over in the mages district, could you look for see if there's any bookshops or libraries over there?
And what are you looking for?
Been wanting to look into these acolytes of Shar, considering that they're somewhat important to.
Do you want history or? Oh, I'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, history, or if
I'll
anybody knows information.
If I see a bookstore or something that looks like it might have that kind of information, I'll make a note of it. Tell you when we get back.
Okay.
You can go check it out yourself. How's that?
Thanks, Deena.
I mean, if I need any poison shops, that would be great too.
I will definitely keep an eye out for that too.
You're the best. Thanks.
Of course, darling.
Malagas
Okay.
agrees.
So I guess Valk and I are heading to the docks.
Split the party!
Okay. Nice. So you all enter the southern section of the town, essentially, and docks are on the far northern part of the town. There is an area for mages just to the east of where you are. You basically came in at a T. You came in and hit this row of buildings, the inn and tavern being at the center of it. And if you were to turn right eastward, then you'll head over to this really large tower. And on the face of it, near the top, it has a clock. So it's essentially a clock tower, but I'm trying to think if any of you, I guess Deena and Thaxl, do you feel that either of you would have visited this city before or been through here?
Probably not.
Well, she's passed through.
Okay.
I would say she's passed through. It's not. I mean, she's done a lot of wandering over the last 7 years or so. So.
Gotcha. Okay. So Deena, you wouldn't be aware of that. The name of the tower is the Tower of Hidden Truths. There was some event. You're not really sure what the event was, but most of the it used to be home to a bunch of an order of wizards and mages that up and left the city one day, and leaving that a lot of value, thinking that a lot of valuables may have been left behind. A number of thieves have gone in there to try and steal, but found the tower just loaded with deadly traps. Not a soul in it, but loaded with deadly traps. So that's probably something that would have reached your ears at some point.
Definitely. It's on her to-do list.
Ah, neat. I'm just outside of the Inn and Tavern as you all pile out to head in your different directions. You see there's a statue. There's a fountain with a statue in the center. It looks like not gold, but something like maybe gold-plated something else. And it's, well, I guess it'd probably be bronze since it's like an outdoor statue. This is a statue of Kramash, the hero of Zangard. And you would probably, I mean, having seen this, well, there's a plaque there too, but essentially this person defeated a lich that was attempting to take the city some time ago. Lord Barabeth the Lich. And you've heard his name here and there, probably, Deena, only because he's wealthy. There's a couple orphanages that he funds with the profits from his business. Different things that you've seen where he contributes to the town, and you're like, well, that guy's got to be loaded.
Is he still alive?
He is. Yep. That's.
Oh, how long? So how long ago did he defeat this lich?
Probably not too awful long ago. I think I had it down as let me check. It was like just over a decade. I could take a look.
Okay.
It's like 13
No,
years,
that's close enough. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a big like a dragonborn of some sort. And he's just holding up shield and sword raised to the sky. Where the fountain pours out at his feet and down a couple tiers into where it pools up, and people toss their copper coins in there, make wishes and such. Let's see, other areas of the main other areas of the city. So the wizards are still the order of wizards that was in the tower gone. However, you'll find other homes of wizards and a small school for wizardry in that same area near the Tower of Hidden Truths. Excuse me. There's a castle in the just inside of the port area, the dock area, called Castle Xander. There is a ritzy section to the town called the Gilded Enclave. It's very difficult to get in here, as you probably would have, given it a shot while you're passing through. Very well protected, but the people that live there pay through the nose for it. Let's see, the lower district, which is where the rest of the residents live, and there's a lot of, modest homesteads, and then areas that are some areas are the slums. Other areas are just kind of seedy enough to, maybe get what you want at the right price kind of place. And then the Docks District.
Everyone else not sitting on a cushion.
The last place, well, I feel like you might see it in your travels. I don't know that you would have seen this other one in your. I don't think it would peak. No, it probably would have given.
Into the Gilded Enclave?
What's that?
Into the Gilded Enclave? She would have definitely made an attempt or two to get in there.
It's the Vault of Knowledge, which is essentially like an arcane repository. So I think that Deena probably would have had at least an interest or remembered that.
Yeah.
As there might, who knows what kind of info would be in there. Which is what springs to mind when Valkyn, mentions.
Right.
They do.
So I would say, what we need to do is you need to go to the Vault of Knowledge. That's where you need. That's where you'll find the information that you need. Part of some Google library thing. It has lots of books.
Thank you.
Of course.
All right, and you all head out into your different directions. I think I'll go with Thaxl and Valkyn first. That way, if the Malagas shows up, early-ish, then he might be able to jump in. So Valkyn and Thaxl, you're headed to which area do you want to head to first? Vault of Knowledge is on your way to the docks, so it's in the center of town, the city.
Wait, so the Vault of Knowledge is towards the center, dock, or north?
It's north in the center of the city. Docks are the northernmost point in the city.
Okay.
I mean, if it's on our way, we can stop there first.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, that's where we're headed. And
Adventure.
as we leave, I kind of tell Valkyn, I'm like, I really don't know what Deena just said. I was not paying attention. What are we doing? There was a voice in my head. I think I have this thing that Ari does. But I'm ready. We can go now.
Yeah. We're going. So, yeah.
We're gonna go question some people and maybe go kill some people.
Hopefully, just the former rather than the.
Okay. All right.
All right. There are a number of paths you can take through the city. There's also a man-made, not a river, because it enters from the bay, and there's a river in that it cuts through the city but stops before the southern part of the city. So it allows easy access to goods for off the ships can come right down into this man-made little river area, canal, and deposit things on a number of docks that are set up just inside the river throughout the city, along the city center there. Or you can walk.
Yeah. And then the other ways would be...
Just walking. Mm-hmm.
I'm good with walking.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you all head your way up. Go ahead and make a perception check, each of you, if you would. Don't forget real dice, full life. Just kidding. But until the nigger.
Oh, that's a 5. Ugh.
I got a 12.
5 plus whatever my modifier. It's not.
Okay. All right. So you two are walking through the city, and there's a number of small stalls set up where people are selling food and wares and goods and such. Nothing really catches your eye as you're passing through. Let's see, mid-morning, and it's pretty warm here. It's equatorial, so the heat's rising. I mean, you're in late spring, and it's a pretty warm day. Sun's beating down, not a cloud in the sky. Perfectly dark, deep blue sky as you cut through this town. It's sort of a long walk. It's probably about 45 minutes to go from the walk from the southern part up to the northern part. Maybe just a little longer. You do arrive, of course. The smell of the ocean becomes more potent the closer you get to the beach. You find yourself at the mouth of this man-made canal. There are docks that run all along the western side of this inlet and the eastern side. So you're across the man-made canal from the eastern side of docks, but you're here on the western side. You actually have to step through the city walls, down a number of wooden steps that are cut into the sand and earth just outside of the city structure as you head down to the actual dock area. Old construction here in the docks, seems to be in decent condition. there are a handful of ships. Probably it's a pretty big port city, but given the time of year, it's probably like 8 or 10 ships that you see on this side of the dock. It can house probably 25 ships on this side, 25 on the other. People bustling around the docks. Seagulls cawing annoyingly overhead.
Mine! Mine!
Seagulls, stop now. Over there.
I don't know how I feel about this oceanness.
It is a little off-putting as you look out in the horizon. You feel your balance shift a little bit as you're just looking out over all this ocean, and as the waves come in, there's sort of this rocking motion that takes place.
I don't want to stay here very long. I say to Valkyn.
Same.
All right.
As I kind of look at the sailors who probably look kind of tough.
Okay, so we made it. Have we stopped yet at the Vault of Knowledge?
Oh, right. I'm sorry. You were going to stop there. Okay, so before you reach the docks...
Retcon!
Yeah, about 25 minutes into your walk along the riverside, you see what looks like a keep, small keep, only about one level high, that is has some signage that says Vault of Knowledge. A few learned-looking people entering and exiting, with a number of guards with an emblem that is the same emblem that's on the signage.
Okay, I walk up, trying just nonchalantly, just trying to walk in.
Okay, you get a little bit of a look from one of the guards, but they're pretty professional, and you're able to walk in with Valkyn in tow. Mm-hmm. You step inside. It's an interesting. It's almost like an earthy smell for some reason inside this building. A number of counters here, different counters with different folks behind them. Bookcases full of bookshelves, but in the center there is this large contraption that has sort of like a collapsible gate on the front that's being opened, and then this barred door being lifted, and people are stepping inside this box, closing it over, shutting the gate, and then you see them start to down below the floor.
Well, I know Thaxl's going to be taking a deep breath in. That's a lot better. And she's going to go ahead and move forward until she finds someone who works there.
Okay.
And I will follow. And
Excellent. All right. You walk over and you find a scrappy-looking dwarf gentleman that has his hair back in sort of a neat, more presentable, more fashionable hairstyle and beard style, that has some finer clothing on. Excuse me, and is stamping some papers and going through some ledgers and such, and looks up. Hi. How can I help you two folks?
We are here to acquire some knowledge from your vault.
That's great. What area of knowledge are you looking for?
I'm looking for information on Shar and worshippers. Shar.
Oh, Shar. Well, we have a pretty strong religious section head to the elevator over there and head down to the third level. That's our religious section, and you can look through there. You can ask someone down there to see if they can show you something in particular for the Shar.
Thank you.
Is there a section like on poison? Well, we're on that level.
Well, yeah, that depends. Are you looking for alchemical uses for poison, crafting the poison, the effects of poison, or healing from poison?
Oh no, not healing. That's dumb. Uses, maybe how to make them, how potent they are, which one's the best. I just, you have the vault. I just want all the knowledge on poisons. Where are they?
Well, I think you'd be looking for the alchemy section then. Learning how to craft and different effects of poisons, growing your own from herbs of the land.
That's what I want.
Right.
Where's that at?
That's down at level 5, lass.
Okay. I have to go down that little contraption thing over there?
Aye.
Upstairs.
Tell the person inside which floor you're headed to, and they'll take you down there. Each floor has someone to help you.
Do you have stairs?
I
want the stairs.
I understand.
Thanks.
Sure. Either side, over here or over there, you can take the stairs.
Thanks, you've been a lot of help. Pat, pat, pat on the head, and then turn to Falcon and say, you go your way and I'm going to go my way. And then be back here in like 2 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Or do you longer than 2?
Be like 10. Just in case.
Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes. And I walk away.
Okay. Nice.
I'll take the elevator.
Okay.
That looks pretty fancy.
You wait outside Valkyn for the elevator to arrive. It's an awkward minute and a half, 2 minutes. Just sort of some other people come up, and you wonder if you're supposed to do something. Ultimately, the elevator arrives on its own, opens up, and you step inside. It's sort of exciting. As soon as the elevator begins to go down, you get that drop in your stomach a bit, and your wings come out a little bit to catch yourself. Okay, it settles, and down you go. Thaxl, you're the only person taking the stairs. You have an easy walk down there. There's a guard here and there along the stairwells, and one at the door.
I pat them all on the head as I walk past them.
They seem to they maintain their looking forward pose as you pat them on the head. And you each arrive at on your respective floors.
Okay, I'm going to mosey and try to find the section on crafting poison.
Okay.
I think I'm going to start with that first.
All right, go ahead and make an investigation check. It's a rather large layout down here. In the very center is a square counter, basically. There's a person inside this counter space in the very center. That has a number of books stacked, and she's sorting through some books, and just in case you end up wanting more help after your investigation roll.
Oh, I'll need more help. I rolled a 4.
You're looking and looking. There's just so many books down here and so many different genres and other things it covers. You're just not landing on that alchemy piece.
Then I head to the counter.
Okay. There's an elven woman that greets you. Dark black hair with a couple little stripes of white in it. Yes, hello, dear. How may I help you?
Oh, you're cute. I need a section on how to craft legitimate, potent poisons. Where would that be?
Yes, I can show you that. Follow me, please. She lifts up the counter and walks out, closes it behind her, and talks a little on the way over there. It's a number of rows in the back corner. Yes, it sounds like you're looking for alchemy. Books on alchemy, particularly poison. Some of the more potent poisons take some practice with some weaker ones first. It's easy to have a poison become a healing potion if not mixed properly. So it's something to...
I will never make that mistake.
Good. One would not want that. And she gets back to a certain row and starts pulling out books. She pulls a book out and hands it to you and keeps walking and pulls another one out, hands it to you, and pulls a third book out. And they're all moderately heavy, all encyclopedic level books, and puts the third one down. Yeah, so this is just a book to help you identify the ingredients you'd need. Then a book on the application, the process of alchemy in itself. And the third one lists specifically for poisons, different effects that you can add to poisons, and even the means to get a little creative and see if you can come up with a poison of your own.
I like this idea. Does it also include anywhere in this books how successful they were?
These were all written by very studied, accomplished individuals. These are all the recipes in here are, you can count them as fact. They've all been tested and thoroughly proven to work as
in like excruciating details?
Well, it's detailed, but in a medical manner, broken down by exactly what happened. So yes, thorough and detailed. Some of them certainly, I imagine, would be excruciating.
Okay, that's all I needed. How much? Or do you just take and... I don't know how this works.
You can read them here.
That's it?
Yes. The knowledge acquired here is typically just stay. However, you're free to use any of the... she points along the side of the wall, and there's a bunch of like cubbies with curtains that you can draw and have some privacy while you read.
But I don't have all day. I thought I could just take them.
Well, I do have something that might cut your time down. We do, just to help with upkeep of the building and all, we do have something we charge for services we charge for. We have glasses that you can rent that will speed up the reading time dramatically. Small fee helps maintain the building, and you can probably finish these books within 3 hours.
And how much are we talking for these glasses?
Well, it's a rate by the hour of 5 silver per hour. It may seem a little steep, but instead of 3 days, you're looking at simply 3 hours to absorb the information.
It's so tempting. And I like the sound of your voice. So, I don't have time yet. Can I come back?
Certainly. Would you like me to hold these books for you?
Could you do that? That would be so great.
Yes, I can hold them for 3 days. I'll set them aside. They'll be here likely after, unless someone checks them out, but I'll keep them behind the desk.
You can check them out?
Well, and read them here. Not everyone opts for
She doesn't understand what that means.
Nice. That's great.
This isn't a modern library.
Yes, just this prevents anyone else from taking them into one of the rooms and reading them. For 3 days anyway. Then they have to go back on the shelf and
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'll be back
Okay. All right.
either later today or tomorrow.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. I will keep them to the
Thanks,
side. I will
darling.
be here. It's my pleasure. I hope you enjoy the city. You can kind of tell that you're not from around here. Maybe the accent or the attire or the something.
Well, I pat her on the head and I go to the stairs up to the 3rd level.
Okay. All right. So Valkyn, you encounter a similar layout with a human male, maybe mid-40s or so, blonde hair, brown eyes, going about his business in that center counter in case you need a hand looking for anything, or you can look by yourself.
I had rolled a 2 for investigation, so I wasn't even going to bother looking, because I was going to see, like, maybe if I would have rolled something, I would have said that I would have looked around, but I'm just going to go, like, straight counter.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what I'm looking for.
Yes, welcome. Welcome. How may I help you today?
So it's a human guy. I'm looking for information on Shar and her followers, and perhaps if there's any information that might be on.
Very well. Yes, certainly. Let's
See.
please follow me. And he lifts up the counter, closes it behind him, and heads back a couple rows, and pulls out 2 books. First one, hands it to you. Second one, it's like twice as thick as the first, and sets that down. Well, this first book is about Shar herself. The second book is about the war of light and darkness. She's a major player in that. And covers a little bit of a broader scope, but gives one a better idea of where Shar fits into the grand scheme of things.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Would there be anything that's on on those that follow her? Like the acolyte.
Yes, and that it covers the the hierarchy within her followers are devoted. Those devoted to her. Yes, breaks down the rank and file. You'll find that in the first book. Second book is much more about Shar herself and how she fits into the pantheon here and the ongoing battle between light and darkness. The first book very thoroughly covers her followers and their hierarchy and the rise and fall of those that have worshipped her over time.
Thank you.
Indeed. Can I get you a booth?
Or
would you like to read them in one of the chairs here in the open area?
I'll take one of the chairs.
Lovely. Now, I don't, by no means do you have to take this offer, but simply to cover costs of running this establishment, we do offer to rent out spectacles that would allow you to read and absorb the information much faster than normal. I don't know at which speed you currently read and take in knowledge. However, the rough time translation is usually from 1 day down to 1 hour. So if these would take you, say, 2 days to read, or you would be looking at 2 hours instead, for modest fee.
And how much would that be?
5 silver per an hour.
Okay. I currently don't have the time to do that. Well, would I be able to reserve these books?
Well, policy states that I can set these aside for you for up to 3 days if you feel you will return before then.
I think that I will.
Very well. Then certainly just ask for me. I will keep the books behind the counter back where you found me.
And who should I ask for?
My name is Rubius McClare.
Okay. I will be sure to do that.
Lovely. Well, I wish you a good day then, sir.
Thank you,
Takes the books.
Rubius.
Have I found Valkyn by chance, maybe?
Oh yeah, around that time, you hear the same spiel with the whole spectacles and things like that as you enter.
We have to come back.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
They have all of these books. And then these spectacles, I really want to see if they work. So we're going to have to plan another trip back.
Okay.
Cool. I'm all finished. Are you finished?
Yeah. And I'll probably tell Malagas. He definitely.
Oh, we can all have a little...
Group reading time!
Oh, yes, that'll be precious.
Nice.
And as I do that, I sigh and go towards the stairs.
I'll follow her because the elevator took forever last time.
Nice.
Axel doesn't trust those weird contraptions. I don't know.
All right.
Technology.
Ooh, stomach. Yes, you follow Thaxl back up the stairs. You reach the initial level and head out and continue on to the docks, where you see what you saw before. Yay! Caw, caw. Seagulls flying overhead. Docks laid out before you. About 8 ships or so in this dock, though it can hold 25 or so on this side, 25 in the other. A number of sea people walking around, sea persons, sailors, and some pirates, and some people sort of in between those two occupations, walking around, taking care, unloading ships, loading them up, buying things, drinking on the sidewalk, cheering. Some people are on shore leave. Is there anything in particular you'd like to look for or go for out here on the docks?
Would I know of the concept of a Dockmaster?
Roll a history check with disadvantage. It'd be a high DC, just given your past.
Would I know what this? I'm like, I want to do that, but would that's like a 6. Yeah, it's a 6.
Oof. Yeah, no idea.
I'd probably say to Thaxl, we should probably look for somebody who's, I guess, in charge of all this.
Okay, I can do that. And I grab the person nearest me and I pull him up to my face.
Oi! What is it? Oh.
I'm not hurting you. Calm down.
Your face is hurting me. What do you
That's
want?
rude.
Well, pulling me
shove
up.
him.
Ow!
I shove him. I grab the next person and pull him up to my face.
Like, fixes his shirt.
Are you gonna bitch like the last person did?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay, thanks. Who's in charge of this place?
Well, that would be the Dockmaster, ma'am.
Okay, well, what does he or she look like? I don't know what that is.
Oh, well, they're, gosh, it's Dockmaster Tungsten, and it just seems really, sort of scared.
Oh, honey, I'm not gonna hurt you.
All right.
Do I need to put you down? Are you gonna run away?
I won't run.
Okay, I'll put you down. Where can I find this little tungsten person?
He didn't run. Sorry. Dockmaster Tungsten. She's a gnome, and she runs the docks from the Dockmaster's building. It's up in the highest tier here, and as he points across, you can see there's different tiers to the docks down to the actual docks where the ships are. A boatload of different buildings around here. You see a number of storage buildings. A tavern or two, just within a quick glance. But up above the rest, just a little bit higher than most of the other buildings, is a very large building that he's pointing to as the Dockmaster's building. She can be found in there. I mean, she's busy and all, but I mean that's where you can find her.
You've been such a dear. Thanks! And I pat him on the head and I kind of lightly shove him on his way.
Shoved off. Nice. All right.
Okay, I guess we're going over there. Let's go over there.
All right, you guys walk along the rough, beachy roads here, packed. Some of the sand in these rough roads has been packed down, and there's been some dirt placed on them to try and keep it roughly in road condition. You go past a couple taverns, a person being thrown out of one as you're walking by. There's a group of people gambling on the front porch of another establishment there. You wind your way through a bunch of people hauling goods, a number of carts, one after the other, up from off a ship and up through the town to the Dockmaster's building. You sort of, wait impatiently for a moment while the last couple go by, and then follow them up to the Dockmaster's building. They've piled in the front with the carts. The Dockmaster's building is completely open in front. There's two really tall, like a 15 foot by maybe by 15 feet, maybe 17 feet wide, huge like barn doors, a set on the left and a set on the right, and they're just completely wide open. These people are bringing their carts in on one side. You see some other people leaving the other side. So it's crammed right now with people in their carts.
I hate this so much. I just try to shove my way past.
Okay. Make like an unintentional intimidation check, if you would.
Not a problem. Let's see.
Making an I'm important check.
Yes. 9.
Ooh, okay. First person gets knocked high and kind of grumbles. Another one, give me up. Right? But then the third and fourth one, you kind of push past. Like, oi. Where do you think you're going?
I snarl.
Nice. Make a fresh intimidation check against these two.
12.
One of them's like, kind of turns back, checks their goods, like they never said anything. But the other one still stands, against you, like, hey, ma'am, you can't barge past. We all had to wait. You have to wait.
Wait for what?
To be processed.
No one is processing me. Do you see? No.
Well,
We just need to go talk to somebody.
Well, why are you pushing past us to talk to somebody? The only person in here is the Dockmaster and a few of her workers, and they're all working.
That's who I need to see. Where is she again?
Well, she's up there, and there's a platform.
What if I give you a gold to shut your face? Kindly.
Oh. Sure. Yeah. Hey, let's make way. There's someone important here. Emergency. He starts shouting to other people. He's like, turns and like...
I flip him a gold.
Valkyn's just kind of like, okay. Why not?
Sets his cart down and just starts pushing people in front of you like, hey, emergency, you heard me. Let's get out. Come on. And starts pushing people. He seems to know some of them, and he makes like a clear path and sort of stops just below this upper platform. A couple stairs on either side to this upper platform where the Dockmaster is, and pushes, like, leans on the counter below it, and then pushes a person to the side that's there. Like, Clem, I know. Look, it's an emergency. There you are.
You have been such a dear. Thank you so much for your service.
Well, thank you. I guess we just had a little miscommunication there.
I think we did, but I'm glad we were able to resolve it amicably.
Me too. Hey, catch you around. Kind of nod Valkyn and to you. This little gnome kind of like looks down over you. As you're this close now, you see the railing's actually really short for the gnome. And she leans down. She has very like sun-worn skin, very kind of rough complexion, almost leathery. Gray hair that's just in these crazy short curls everywhere. It's a little excuse me, it's a little bit longer on top, like it has a bit of a bouffant look here, and it's a little shorter on the sides. One ear looks like it had maybe a few earrings in it at one point that were ripped out. There's like 3 little gouges ripped out. And she looks rough for a gnome, and tough for a gnome. Looks down. Oh, all right, what's the emergency here? Who are you?
Well, my name is Rami, and over there is my friend. We barely met. I don't know. What's your name again?
The other guy's already bounced.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I was pointed at Valkyn. I don't know.
Oh, Valkyn. Oh.
I don't know. Out of character. I don't know if you want to keep your name or not.
Oh.
You don't know your own name, boy? What? Speak up.
What?
George! I just remembered. His name is George. Because it's a really weird name. I don't know.
Pleasant introductions, yes. But I'm running a dock here. What is it that I can help you to with? What is the emergency?
Keep your britches on.
Wear britches.
Okay.
I don't want to look up anymore.
It's a figure.
Are you Tungsten?
Yeah.
Is that how I pronounce your name?
Yes.
Well, me and my friend here are looking for something. We were discussing it at breakfast, and I may have had some wine, and I may have chugged it awful fast because someone was in my ear talking. Or
I know the feeling.
You just calm down. So, Georgie over here, Georgie Porgy, is going to tell you why we're here in such a emergency state.
All right, let's get to it. What is it, Georgie Porgy?
We're looking for somebody who has 3 ships and kind of looks like a maybe a wizard or some sort of magic type.
That's right.
And you are asking me, the Dockmaster, to hold my operations to find out who owns 3 ships.
Oh, would you please? Because I think
we have some important business with this person.
My daughter was kidnapped, and I think she's on one of those ships.
We couldn't make a deception check.
Oh my god, okay.
16 is what you'll need to beat.
Fuck! Oh, 17! Yes! Here. Well, nice. I can take a picture.
No, I believe you. That's fine. Clearly this seems to happen here, so it is believable. Look, I can't just go around giving out information like that. I want to help, but
what? I will offer you. I don't have a whole lot of gold. See, they've already asked me for the ransom, and I already gave it to them. But I just want my little Ronin back. Don't even talk about her name. It was her dad's idea. I don't even know where he's at.
She's sort of shaking her head at this point, like, wow, so much extra information.
Would you please? I can maybe spare maybe a gold. But that's really all I have.
Could make a persuasion check now that you're pleading with her.
10.
Okay.
I am not good with charisma.
Look, I calculate you've cost me about 5 gold. Hold me up. You pay me 5 gold and you get out of my line and let me do my work, then I'll tell you who owns 3 ships. Not many folks here do.
Georgie, would you help a friend?
Georgie Porgy, be a good friend, won't you?
Yeah. I'll chip in 3 gold.
Yeah. What?
I'll chip in 3. You're a one guy.
I can only spare 1. That's 4.
You can only spare 1 gold. What did you do with all your other gold?
The kidnappers took it. That was the rent. Oh my god. You know what? You're the worst uncle she's ever had.
What?
Well, now it's 6 gold, folks.
She's a really ugly girl anyway.
Are you kidding me? Pay the woman.
She's...
As I snarl, I'll fucking pay you back, you bitch.
I pay the 5 fucking gold.
Nice. So she takes 1 from
so I go,
gold,
here's
5
the
from
fucking
Valkyn.
gold.
Well, it almost became 7. She takes it.
All right, God, you're just so awful. Yet so kind. Please tell me what I need to know so I can just leave.
Indeed. Well, listen. Come up here, would you? I'm not going to shout this in front of everyone. You let them through. And a couple of people step out of the way, flip open the counters, let you go up the little stairwell. If you both want to go up there.
Yeah.
Georgie?
Considering the fact that I just paid 5 gold, I'd want to go up there.
And I lean in super close.
That's gonna be one ugly looking kid.
You get close, you get even closer, like her. She has these really narrow pupils, and she's but the big irises on these giant eyes in her face, being a gnome. All right, listen. There's only 2 folks in this city that have 3 ships. We've got to have a lot of whales for that. And first, there's the hero of the city. Kramash, Ulamar. A little tricky to get.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Can you spell that for me? I'm having a hard time.
Sure. It's Kramashur.
Okay, so Kramash, Olimar. Continue. And he's in the hero's place?
He is known as the hero of Xangard, if you haven't heard of him. As I imagine you folks are new, seeing as how you're disrupting my work here.
What makes him so heroic?
I've traveled such a far way.
There's a whole statue and all sorts. Just ask anyone in this town what makes him a hero. Not me. I'm busy. Listen.
Okay. So that one has 3. Okay, go ahead.
The other one's name is Franz Cooper. Bit more of a shady type, that one, but
now is Cooper spelled a weird way?
It's F, as in F-U, R-A-N-Z, C-O-O-P-E-R, as in, are you leaving soon?
Thank you. And he's what?
He is a businessman. A little bit on the shady side, but brings a fair amount of money into the city.
Do you have any sort of description of what this man looks like?
Just ask anyone in town's gonna know Gramash, and most people are gonna be aware of Franz Cooper. You can ask around.
Okay.
Not me.
All right, now hush, Georgie. Now what's this this third person?
No, that's it. It's just those
That's
2
it?
people. Yeah.
And they own 3 ships?
Yeah. You know how much it costs to buy a ship, let alone maintain
No.
it? Let alone 3. It's a lot. It's a
Have you
lot.
looked at me?
Is
took
there
my last
anybody
gold.
that owns more ships than 3?
Look, if anyone's taken your child and you feel like they have 3 ships, it's likely Franz Cooper.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll just put a little star right next to the little Franz right there. Because he's shady.
Well, thank you for narrating that. I hope you two can get along now, yeah?
Okay.
All right, let him
I hope you enjoy my last gold.
Yeah,
Bye.
I hope you find your daughter. Now, good day to you both.
Ronan. It's Ronan.
I hope you find Roneen.
Oh my fucking God. It's Ronan! I yell.
Neat. The line resumes as you two find your way back out of the warehouse.
That little bitch. All right.
Can
Was
I
there
have that
anything
5
else?
gold that you said that you would pay me back for?
What?
Can I add that? You said that you would pay me back.
I didn't hear that.
I don't recall this.
Let me consult the voices in my head. Let's walk and let me count my gold. Yes, I'll give you back your 5.
Awesome. All right. Where do you two want to head? Back to the tavern?
What?
Let's look for like some sort of. I guess we'd probably want to look for like a bar in the area. Probably talk to some sailors or something.
Are we actually going to go try to find these?
Well,
Shady.
we'd at least want to find, not necessarily find them, but at least find out some more information.
Okay. Oh yeah, because we're gonna wait till Malagas and Deena joins up, and then we can go and back to the vault. Okay. Where's the nearest tavern? I think Thaxl needs a drink.
Okay. So it's probably about 10:30 or so now in the morning.
Wow, I started drinking way early.
Get it,
Typical.
You head back out, and you can almost follow the sound of shouting and revelry and little fighting going on to a tavern that's maybe a block and a half away called the Bloody Knuckles. I'll put that in here so I don't forget. Boop. Okay. Oops. Freaking caps lock. This doesn't look right. Okay. And it has so on the sign it says Bloody Knuckles, but the sign is almost literally the Arthur meme, where he's got his little clenched fist next to his waist, except there's like some blood on it.
I'm digging it.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's great.
Do you want to start? Do you want to start here? Because this looks promising.
Sure. Let's
All right.
Try not to get beat up.
I got you. I got you.
Nice.
So I walk in. I head straight to the bar.
Okay. There's a bar on the. It's a moderately decent sized building. No inn, just a tavern. So it has a huge open, like the cathedral type ceiling, a barn type building, basically. There's a bar along the left hand side, a bar along the right, and there's a band on the back on this little tiny raised platform stage. And it's not quite square dancing, but it's some sort of choreographed dancing where people are getting up. They seem to know what to do. Like, what's the term there? I can't think of the term. Anyway, that's going on, and then there's a boatload of tables on this first half where you are. You cut through the tables. There's a lot of people really rowdy, slamming down cards, playing the card game. You're cheating! And, you know, getting into a little brawl. Other people, like, look extra dangerous. They're sort of sitting in the corner, dark corner on the other side. And you cut across a number of these servers that are out there passing out drinks. It seems to be a pretty busy establishment. You approach the back left-hand bar and see a young woman, probably early 30s or so, elven, but with really dark black hair, put in a work ponytail in the back to keep it out of her way, out of her face. Yeah, I think
Randy! Hello!
Awesome. And she looks up as you approach and says, "Why don't we take our bio break here?" Since
No!
Sorry. That way we can do that and jump back, and I can tag in Malagas and Deena a bit, and then we can resume back there and see what's cooking.
Fine.
Tools. All right, so for those that don't know, we take like a 8 to 10 minute bio break, so we're gonna go knock that out now, and we'll catch you back here right after. Woo! Alright, right is now Valkyn. I'm gonna fix the nameplates. I'll do that. Hey Randy, how was work today?
Long.
Yeah. Ah, damn, how do you do that?
And I had to stay late, so.
Oh, bummer.
So late. I was like, no, it's game night.
It's
Awesome.
D&D night.
How did you do this to me?
You need to get your manager to join the party.
Now we need to be off.
Subway?
Yeah.
It's very important, but on Tuesday nights.
That's great. We're gonna whip up some coffee here. I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh, my legs. They don't want to work.
You know, I guess I don't care if people watch me eat. Franco, this is how fancy I am. Here's my summer sausage. It's on sale at Kroger. $5. It's usually $7. Like the deal. I just eat it like this. Because I'm sophisticated.
Wait, what even is a summer sausage?
It's deliciousness. It's a kind of sausage, and usually it's venison. Very often it has cheese, sometimes hot peppers in it. That's my favorite.
Ooh.
But I haven't had any of that in a long time. I need to get some this year.
Actually sounds really good. Most sausage I have, I don't.
What the hell is going on here? Sorry, my phone decided to lose its flipping mind.
Oh.
Oh, science.
How to annoy an NPC? Ask them to spell names. F as in F you.
Do. This, however, is not venison. This is pork and beef and water and salt and dextrose and spices and flavorings and corn syrup solids and smoked flavor and paprika and sodium erythrobate and lactic acid starter culture and sodium nitrite, which sounds like an explosive. And if I'm unlucky,
like typical sausage, or is it more of a like salami-y?
Yeah, maybe more like a salami, pepperoni kind of thing. Not quite as strong.
Yeah. I prefer that taste more than because the typical sausage taste, I that flavor at all. I'm not a big hot dog.
Yeah, me neither.
Tasha's back.
Tasha.
I'm back.
I have a feeling that the bad person is going to end up being the hero of the city and not the shady guy.
Comfy cozy. Cozy puppy.
So I was kind of listening as much as I could on the way back.
Oh, good.
And I overheard. Let me see if I get this right. You guys were looking for information on someone down at the docks. And you thought, hey, let's go to the person who's the most connected to the authorities in the entire area and the least likely to be helpful. And then you paid them 5 gold on top of everything else.
Don't judge my logic, okay?
Okay.
Probably the least likely to be helpful.
They paid them 6 gold.
6 gold.
Well,
I'm sorry. That changes
Thaxl paid a sailor 1 gold, and then I had to pay the
I
other
lost
person.
so much gold already.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you a hot tip from a old school adventurer. If you need to know anything about the comings and goings on in any new town that you go to, most people will stop by the inn and talk to the innkeep, and that's usually a good place to start. But if you're looking for something in a specific area, especially somewhere real specific like the docks, the person you want to talk to is a beggar. They sit there all day, No one pays them any attention. They see everything that happens, and you can find out anything for like a silver piece. And you know they won't tell the guards about it.
But we're stupid non-world experience people.
I know.
Why do you think I gave them aliases? Come on.
Awesome.
Well,
Malagas, that's why you and I are going down to the mage school. We're going to go fluster a couple of students to find out who's really big into alchemy.
Sounds good.
Oh, I love it. It's fun. I don't get to have like ornery NPCs too often. Yeah, I know. I like playing the ornery ones. I love that you paid that dude a gold to let you cut in front of you.
I think you're gonna end up spelling Cooper like really weird, like Kewper.
When he started spelling Franz, I was just waiting for Thaxl to go, "That's how you spell Cooper?"
Nice.
I should have. I missed it.
Awesome. I wish I was, like a decent artist. I wish I could sketch things up that didn't take me a month, so that I could do like some like fan art of that. Because in my mind, it's just brilliant, like the chalking down off the thing, like what? But my daughter, they've stolen my daughter.
Right?
And I'm the uncle, so
I was waiting for the whole Uncle Danny thing to come out.
Yeah.
I improvise. I don't know.
I ended up calling my niece really ugly. So.
Yeah, you did. That was rude.
Well, it's gonna be a half lizard folk, half Aarakocra.
Who said anything about the dad being of your family? Like,
well, what? It's gonna be.
You can just play the uncle. I don't know.
You could be adopted, Valkyn.
Yeah, exactly.
Like her brother.
He doesn't know that. He doesn't know about the birds and the bees yet, you guys. He just knows about birds.
See?
That's right. Oh, and he didn't get to find out. Yeah, because
we never told him.
I have to tell him about the bees.
And that's where the Velociraptor children came from.
You should
We told him about the adoption.
What?
This is why we have to go back to the book place so Deena can also help him discover some adult things.
No, Deena's way
I'm
of
not
teaching.
going to read a...
Well,
Deena's not going to make me read a book about that. She's just going to end up getting a girl and like throwing me in a room.
Oh, okay. We can take you back to the...
I'm not saying...
The Rose Menagerie. Yes.
Yeah.
And we'll find something else.
There's this guy named Thud, and Thud probably knows other Thuds of the girlish nature.
We'll order him something nice off the menu. I mean, Deena's already explored most of the menu.
Betsy, who will probably not kill me.
Probably.
Deena's already familiar with most of the menu at the Rose Menagerie, so we'll take it in there. We'll
and apparently it's pretty
off
decent.
The menu, and
I'm picturing
trying to see if River can find the cat, and it's not working.
It's not so much an electric course as a lab course.
Nice. I'm picturing the library having the books like Everybody Poops and Everybody Copulates, like a little version for little pop-up book version. Tap, yeah, tap slot. Wait.
Oh my god.
The pop-up version of the Kama Sutra.
Copulate 101.
Volume. It has to be like volume 1 of like. I don't even know how big.
It's our tab A and the slot B.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing.
Like volume 1 of 20 because.
Yeah.
There'd probably be.
Oh,
Otherwise, you'd have picture books that are like this big.
Yeah, they are.
Nice. We're gonna need a bigger picture book.
We're gonna need a bigger pop-up book.
All right. Let's see. Okay, I guess we can get it back underway. And we'll pick up with, of course, apparently it's how cats
Are you
say
trying
hello to
her
one
passing
another.
your face?
Yeah. They like have them sniff each other's butts like, here, this is how my day was. Is apparently the reason they do that. So Clem,
Clem.
right? Clem is just saying like, hey, how was your day? Here's mine.
She's clearly saying, I need attention right now.
I'm going to keep this butthole right here until you're ready to love
There
on
we
me.
go. Okay.
It worked on prom night, so. Just kidding.
This night has taken a whole new turn.
Nice.
What a shock with this group.
What a shock.
And Deena hasn't even done anything.
She's rubbed off on us in more ways than one.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
Okay, so Malagas and Deena have stepped up and left the inn and headed over to the essentially the tower area where the mages. There's a little tiny school for wizards and mages and a few. You know the type of building, the wizard buildings. Not quite a chicken building,
Yeah.
but eccentric and warded and other magical things happening there.
There is always a pub or a tavern that caters to the students near the school. That's the place they want to go. Yes, Demonis? That sound? We'll find some students, get them flustered, start asking about who's interested in alchemy.
Sure, we can try that first.
So that's what we'll be looking for, is that tavern or pub that the students frequent near the school.
Okay. So, excuse me. It's sort of an interesting layout. I'm trying to think what other cities you've been in that would have more of a magical presence. I don't think you've been at any yet. Ikram didn't really have much, or Stonehearth. So I guess it's probably. I guess the only person who would have any different concept or anything to go by would be Malagas in the Underdark. There, you would have had very strict. Magical presence there, I think, with the Arkansheim. Very regimented throughout the day. Nothing flaunted or gaudy or anything. It's very proper setup, studious, and really pushed to the max. Very serious. Whereas here, it's not like kid level magic. But it's a lot of beginners being taught by like intermediate people. There's a lot of flash and flamboyance to the buildings. Like a bunch of the wizards kind of walking around this area have, enlightened chicken or an enlightened rabbit, that can do some basic speech and some other things. A lot of showy stuff and a lot of goofing off. It's like the frat version of, university. It's like frat house, except this whole section of the city. Whatever mage order used to be in the tower was likely very different. But this is what was left behind. Yeah, exactly, Kev. Sorry, you do find, where is it? A tavern in that area called Melf's Beard. And very, again, flashy on the outside. You all want to enter that, or do you want to look around for something else?
Does it look like the kind of place that the students would be hanging out in?
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
That's our place then.
All right. You head inside, and there are a number of younger adults in here. Of course, there's some elves in here, so there are 100, around 100 or so. But a lot of mid-20s, 20 to 30s, novice level wizards in here. A couple sorcerers. Dean, I think you recognize, that type of energy and power. And some you don't recognize. Some other types of magic users you don't readily recognize. But they're students. They all have the same patch embroidered on their clothes. They're not wearing uniforms. They have different robes and different clothing styles. But they all have a patch. Sure, we'll use the express patch that looks like this. And it's on their clothing, and they're drinking. I mean, everyone's partying. They're doing like some silly thaumaturgy. You see the windows open and close, and some candles go out and come back on. And nice. Okay, so I happen to be looking at Discord as she put that in. A lot of rowdy youth in here, drinking heavily. Sort of a small place, but
she's looking for humans. A table that's mostly humans,
okay.
Or perhaps tiefling, maybe dwarves, halflings, someone like that.
Okay. There's a table that has 3 humans and 1 tiefling.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. They're not quite as rowdy as the rest, but they're definitely drinking heavily based on the number of bottles and such that they have out on their table. And they're in a booth in the corner, essentially. Almost a corner.
Deena's going to get a drink from the bar and kind of do the whole standing around looking for a place to sit, and then kind of approach their table, and then is there a seat available here? Can I join you?
Well, yeah. Pull up a seat. You new here at the school?
Oh, well, I'm saving up. I want to.
Oh. It's a good school.
I really do. Is it?
Yeah. I can sense you have magic, but I'm not familiar with the type. You're not a wizard?
Oh, no. And she very shyly, and almost like she's kind of embarrassed, pushes her hair back and shows the scales.
Oh, whoa. So
and then she covers it back up like she's embarrassed about it.
Yeah. Well, can we get you a drink?
Yeah, please. Yes, thank you. I don't have much money. I'm trying to save. And
sure.
I heard it was a good school here.
Yeah. And Malagas, what are you doing? Just so I can place you as this conversation's happening.
Well, like their classes, Deena and Malagas's approaches to these kind of situations are going to be rather different. She's going to get these suckers all wrapped around her pinky finger, and I would only get in the way. So I am going to play the... I've got a different con. So I'll be wandering away from her as though I have no idea who she is.
Okay.
Is there okay, all these guys are drinking. Do any of them actually look like serious wizards, or at least somewhat more serious students?
Gosh, are you, level 5? Or 6? What are you guys now? 6?
Level 6.
Level 5.
Level 5.
I mean, or 6. I mean, we could be 6.
Nice. Okay.
I could roll perception if you
yeah,
want.
roll like an Arcana.
Up
Roll
to you.
Arcana just to kind of weigh it out against.
Sure.
Mhm.
All right. 9 plus 7 is 16.
Nice. You feel like a few of these might be up towards the intermediate level, not maybe around your level, but a little bit below.
Okay.
But most are like probably level 2.
Okay. I'm going to wander towards them. I'm going to be looking huffy and haughty, so I will be doing my best impression of a Drow priestess, and superior, of course, as well. And I will just sort of be looking around angrily for a moment, and I will say something like, I don't even think they take wizardry seriously. Honestly, I can't believe this.
You kind of got their attention. They're kind of looking over, hitting their drinks. Like, let me see if they'd react. Okay, nothing yet. You can tell you've sort of gotten their attention a little bit. Like,
Good.
Listen.
So a wizard and a sorcerer go into a bar and start a brawl.
Right? Exactly.
Nice.
It's gonna be great.
Fireball!
In the end, we walk out with all their money. It'll be great.
Yes!
That's amazing.
And I'll steal all their spellbooks. Okay. I'll sort of look around and say something like, I was told there would be more experienced students. And, yeah.
One of them speaks up from the booth you're near. Hey, what's your problem, pal? What do you mean, experience? We're all strong wizards and such here. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, surely, I mean, no insult. However, it's a bit disappointing. Would you have a moment? You look like you know your way around.
Yeah, I do. What of it?
All right, I'm going to walk over there. Is there this is a bar, is there a server nearby?
You can round one up, yeah.
Okay. A round for my friends, please.
Yes, sir. She nods and starts bringing over some drinks.
I'll slap a couple gold on the table.
What's your game, pal? You're insulting us and now you're buying us drinks?
Oh, did you think I was insulting you? Are you the school?
Well, we all go to the school, yeah.
Oh, good. How long have you been students there? How much have you learned?
Well, I've been there for 5 years myself. I think I've learned an all right bit of magic so far. Not much left they can teach me.
Well, then you'd be familiar, of course, with Zanek's treatise on transmutation, correct?
Kind of looks.
By the way, I completely made this up, and this does not exist.
Just kind of looking around at some of these. Let me see what he wants to. Oh, okay. Well, no. He seems just a little bit interested in you and what you have to say.
All right. Maybe that's a bit too esoteric. Do something more common. Vizier's papers, of course, on the factors that dedicate the differences between your evocation type magics and your more specific sort of reality bending effects. We're familiar with those.
Well, sure, yeah.
Of course. Good. It's a basic baseline. By the way, I completely made that up too.
Nice.
These are all lies. I assume at some point I should probably roll, but and I am just going to basically be vamping for a little bit, and I'll be sort of just poking around to find more information. Just talk about how I was really looking forward to a deeper discussion on specific magical effects. Are you familiar with Akari's eye?
Actually, I guess I should just do a roll, see if you've written out. I don't recognize Akari. I'm just going to have the other people at the table roll. Jeez, brutal. Well, no, I don't know. They kind of look around at one another.
Ah, well, perhaps religion isn't part of your studies. It is a fairly common deity of the seas. And I'm going to start breaking down in the most erudite, like, over-the-top, bullshit way of discussing very basic magical concepts, but in the most, like, the longest words I could possibly think of and the most pretentious way I could imagine until I've got them spinning.
Okay.
So you're talking like a politician.
I'm talking like an elf.
Go ahead and roll a performance check with advantage on that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to jump back to Deena. As you're and Deena, you can kind of hear him over in the other corner going on and on now with the other folks. Actually, what did you get for your roll to Malagas? And then I'll jump to Deena. Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad I had advantage, right? Yes.
Okay, because the one roll is a 6, but the other one's a nat 20.
Nice.
Giving me a 22 performance. So apparently I am epically full of crap.
Excellent. Yeah, you watch very carefully as to see what piques people's interest at this table, and really hone in on that, and then use a lot of flourish to describe it all. Okay, so Deena, you hear him.
That's when I'd roll good, not like in combat. BSing rude.
Hey, if he gets us what I want, that's a good roll.
Okay.
And so I'm sorry, Deena. You were let's see. You were asking about. He was telling you about the magic. You showed the scales, and then he offered you a drink.
Yep.
And those have come over now.
So she's kind of like when she had stopped at the bar, she had the cheapest beer, like the 1 copper type of beer, that they had, and she kind of put that away. It must have been on one Akari's. So I've heard that do they take people that have like magic already, or is it only wizards?
The human across from you starts to talk, and then the tiefling kind of jumps in. Actually, I should probably do a quick roll for the tiefling. Okay. Well, you have to be gifted, some sort of arcane gift to be accepted. It's not super exclusive, but yeah, you've got to have some ability with the arcane.
I snap my fingers and light fire. Would that be enough?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty neat. Yeah. There's a whole, little interview they do, and costs a little bit of money, but it's worth it. I've learned some stuff in the past year and a half I've been there.
Yeah, the money's the. I save all I can, but I gotta eat. And, it's just. At this point, it's leaning forward and gaps and the whole 9 yards.
Nice.
The legs are off to the side and. Yeah. It's the full performance that she's giving them. It's hard. And is it really? I mean, are there ways like that you can like earn money?
Well, sometimes we'll group up and see what's on the wanted board. Other times, Jeanette over here, she does little simple magic tricks for kids, little kids parties and such. They always like a good magic show. She used to peddle on the street before. I mean, there's work to be had here. How short are you anyway on tuition?
I'm assuming tuition is several hundred gold at least.
You can ask. Let me think of what you've experienced with magic. Typically, it's expensive. This particular school is kind of crummy.
Yeah.
You could expect at a. I'm trying to think of what school. I mean, you've traveled a lot, so I'll say that you've probably encountered a proper magic school somewhere, and maybe even run this scam before. So they are usually around 300 gold per semester. Others 300 gold per year. But the run, even though this is a big city, whatever magic presence was here is gone from the tower. So this one's probably like 50 gold a year or something like that.
Okay.
See how it goes.
The way she is one of those people that keeps her money divided just because she knows to avoid cut purses. She's like, I have 8 gold and 26 copper.
You've got a ways to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that they had this really good professor and that this alchemy. That sounds so cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's Professor Tibblebits. They teach alchemy among some other classes. It's all right. It's handy to have.
I like working with really rare stuff. What I heard, because say here's a potion, here's another, mix this to that. Out the transmutation people when they wanted to do that. But I mean, I heard that there was a professor here who was doing some different stuff. Really, kind of special research.
Well, I mean,
I was really hoping that maybe if I could meet him and
I mean, sometimes
I could get a scholarship or a work study program.
Sometimes they do that, especially with the alchemy class. Gathering the ingredients can be kind of tedious, time-consuming. So they'll work out a work schedule.
Oh, I could do that. I mean, have you guys ever done that?
Yeah, sure. We've helped offset our tuition with that. We even got to meet the professor's brother. The professor's good with alchemy, but his brother makes a living off of it over in the Gilded Enclave. Brother's really, really good at it. Kind of well known in the area for it. It was kind of cool to meet him.
So, what's he doing?
Well, he does it professionally. He sells it to all sorts of potions to all the ritzy people up there in the Gilded Enclave. They use it for healing, and cleansing, and in the bedroom. He really has sort of potions for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those potions are easy.
Yeah, I mean, they sell for a lot if you know what you're doing, and then you can make them work.
Oh, if you know what you're doing, it's not that difficult. She giggles.
Nice.
So, just maybe, could you maybe like introduce me? Maybe I could get a job working, like on it.
Well, sure. I mean, we have. We don't have alchemy class today, but we have it tomorrow and 10 in the morning. You can always meet us here, I suppose, and you can come with us, crash the class, see if it's what you were hoping for.
Yeah, and like his brother.
I don't know when we're going to meet the brother again. He's sort of a celebrity regarding that here in the city.
Well, maybe the professor could get, maybe get, if I impress him somehow, I could get an introduction or something.
Yeah, he's kind of eyeing you. Yeah, I mean, I think that maybe so. I think it'd be worth a visit. You should give it a shot. You should come to our class.
Yeah. Oh, and he won't mind, like, you just showing up, and I'm like not a student, and
we'll vouch for you. I mean, you want to be able to see the class before you pay for the goods, right?
Would you really?
Sure.
Oh, that's so sweet. And she leans forward and she kisses him on the cheek. And it kisses the next one on the cheek and the next one. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, the eyes are burning. She's just, that's I mean, it's so, you don't meet people that are nice, that are willing to help you out that way often. That's really sweet of you. And I feel like maybe I should pay you back or something. I mean, you really, you're kind of putting yourself out there for me.
Oh, it's all right. Your company's been payment enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you want me to pay?
Yeah.
Which is too sweet.
Yeah, we like to look out for folks.
So, my name is Deanna.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I'm Alexander. And he holds his hand
Alexander.
Out. Oops.
And she'll introduce herself to all of them.
Ah, okay. So it's Alexander, Jeanette. I mean,
Yeah.
You get their names.
Alexander's the one that was doing the most talking?
It was between Alexander and the tiefling jumped in for a little bit, so mainly Alexander. Yep.
Okay. And what was the tiefling's name?
All right, as you introduce... oh, no, wait, I can't do that name. My brain went somewhere. I'm like, nope, I can't do that. Nissa.
Nissa.
Tibble.
Mm-hmm.
And the professor was...
Oh, Tibblebits, I think I said.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Bits.
Tibblebits. All right.
If he
I need
turns out
to
to
get
be the
at them
bad
Tibblebits,
guy, this
please.
is going to be the most interesting.
And did they tell... and what was his brother's name?
Oh gosh. Let's see. Roman Tibblebits.
Tibbles and bits and bits and bits.
It's in Tibbles?
You nibble bits on Tibblebits. So yeah, she's just gonna nurse this drink for all it's worth. Nurse them for as much information as she can. And which one looks the most intoxicated?
Jeanette. Jeanette's just been busted this whole time.
Okay. She's gonna kind of slide in so that she's sitting next to Jeanette. Because I mean, I don't know many girls. I want to make girlfriends. You know,
It's like,
always looking for friends. There's so many guys here.
yeah, it's a sausage fest.
Yeah. She's gonna just kind of put her head together, and eventually will definitely be trying to lift whatever purse she's got on her.
Nice.
And her ID.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage, sleight of hand to kind of feel around for, and the purse you can see, an ID you don't see readily, but she's got a couple pockets that you can pat.
That will be a 19.
Ah! Okay. I'm going to roll a disadvantage, so I know. All right. So you're able to free her of the heavy burden that is her purse.
Not expecting much from the student. It's the ID that she wants.
Nice. Okay. And you get it's a small piece of parchment that seems to be some form of identification. It's almost more like a schedule, but it does have her name, and it has some of her personal information and regarding her appearance and background and some other stuff on it.
Enough that I could pay a forger to forge this.
Yeah, yep. It's not a traditional ID, but it looks like this might be what they use.
Perfect.
And you have let's see, she's a student, so let's just see how much she'd have on her here. Okay, and oops. She has 3 gold and 12 silver in that purse that you left her.
12 silver. All right. Not a total loss.
Okay.
So yeah, she's got what she's wanted. She's pumped them in for as much information about the alchemy department as she can.
Okay.
Trying to find out, all that kind of stuff. And she's going to ask if Roman Tibblebit, if there was anything special he was working. They happen to know if anything special he's working on. Usual stuff.
Okay. They don't seem to be fairly disconnected from Roman Tibblebit, and except for having that surprise visit where the professor brought them there to meet him. They don't really seem to know of anything in particular that he's working on currently.
Okay. All right. She'll hang out with them for a little bit. She's kind of keeping an eye on the Malagas.
You hear the whole table across the bar there as he's got him really just like the puppeteer. And they're roaring and asking questions and like, oh, wait. Doing like that college study kind of thing where they're trying really hard to be intellectual. It's like, wait, but you're saying, so I mean, what if you think about it this way?
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what I was going for.
They're all sitting like up on the back of the booth chairs, like, listen though, yeah.
So she's gonna excuse herself after a little bit. It's getting late, and I guess I have to go work.
All right.
Because I want to go to school.
Well, I hope we see you here tomorrow. I hope you like the class.
I will be. I mean, it's going to be a long night, but yeah, if I make enough, I should be able to get enough sleep to be able to come. You said 10 o'clock tomorrow morning?
Yeah. Well, you don't have a place to stay?
Well, I mean, no.
I mean,
sometimes they'll let me, sleep in the kitchen at the tavern if if they're busy and they think they're going to need that they're gonna have a lot of guests, they'll let me kind of catch a nap in the kitchen.
That's not good. And it's
But
against.
it's warm.
Look at. He kind of looks at everyone else like, I'm back at you. It's against school policy, but I mean, if you wanted to, we could probably sneak into the dorm we have tonight. You can have a nice warm place to rest, some food and drinks. If you can keep a low profile.
I can try. I mean, I could put on a cloak or something. She's kind of looking down at the dress and the low profile. Yeah, this girl is low profile the whole way. Sure. The horns with the bling.
Yeah. Nice. Well, look, I guess if we're back here, we'll be back here tonight. Probably around, class gets out at 8? At like 8:30 or so.
Okay.
And then we can sneak you in from here if you want.
Okay, I'm usually not done with work until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Is that?
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Sure thing.
You're so sweet. And she kisses him on the cheek again.
Oh, well, thanks. Well,
She's also giving him a little bit of a feel. She's lightly feeling him up, but she wants him to feel her hands on him as she's feeling for his pouch and stuff.
Nice.
His coin pouch.
Ah, okay. Like you want him to take it like a ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, I really hope to see you tonight then.
Yeah. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. All right. Well, I gotta go. Thank you for the drink. And she just tosses it back, sets it down, and gets up. And there's definitely a sway to the hips as she's walking out.
Oh, looking. Awesome. So Malagas, on your side, you've got them all just where you want them.
All right, so we'll be building up to a crescendo here. And it's not enough to understand how to cast the spells, what the effects will be. You've got to understand magic in all its forms, of course, right?
Yes, absolutely. Not enough people would even think that, let alone say it. It's so contradictory to what these...
Study more and more aspects. It's not just casting spells. Magic's everywhere.
Yes.
In the very ground itself. Alchemy, of course. You're studying alchemy, yes?
Well, yes, as much as the establishment will let us.
Right, of course. All the restrictions, they think you're not ready to learn.
Yeah.
But it's all there. It's part of the weave.
Exactly.
There in the universe, there for all of us to discover.
Right.
It shouldn't be kept secret behind doors. We should all have access.
I'm glad you get it, man.
So, for instance, the alchemy's run by who? Well, you have one teacher of alchemy?
Yeah, and Professor Tibblebits. And he doesn't, like, as an aside to, everything else he teaches. Like, he's the only one that's halfway competent in it, and so that's what we get.
Now, honestly, I believe it's as important as transmutation. It's as important as evocation, divination, every other school. And yet, I've traveled far and wide, and so many schools drop the ball on alchemy.
Yes. Alchemy alone can do wonders. The professor's brother, let's take for example. He kind of looks around at his comrade shaking his head. He has a full-fledged business with that helps as many people as magic can in many ways. With the day-to-day ailments. I mean, since when does magic only have to be for battle and big things? Why can't it be for everyday uses, And alchemy's a perfect example of that.
Absolutely. And studying magic, learning it is expensive, right?
Yeah. I'm going to owe this school well after I graduate, and it's not even that. it's not even that great of a school. It's not like Tenster's University.
Right, right. And so why would they teach you a form of magic that could make you wealthier than the dreams of avarice? Of course not.
No.
Of course they just let you have a taste, a little tittle bit. Meanwhile, this, what'd you say, brother of the teachers, making a fortune.
Yeah, Roman Tibblebits, name and lights almost, up in the the Gilded Enclave. The guy is so wealthy, it's ridiculous. And it's all because he's helping, husbands get erections and wives get pregnant and the poison. I mean, some of it's all good causes, but we're taught what did we learn in our last alchemy lesson? Like the very base for a healing potion, not even the healing potion, just the very base, and it's theory.
Oh my. There's so much more. A whole world out there. It's truly unfortunate. Well, all I can do is encourage you lads to find as much as you can and travel. I know it's expensive. I know you're going to owe all this money. Yeah. However, do what you can. Scrape your coins together. Travel. See other places. You may not be able to afford the best schools when you travel. However, you will learn so much more just from your journey alone.
You're right. You're right. I was thinking of taking like a year off and just traveling the countryside and learning what I can, practicing what I can as I go from town to town. I think that I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, you're onto something.
Yeah, you definitely should. Well, I've got to say, I'm sorry we got off on the wrong foot, but it's been a pleasure speaking to you. I can see there are greater minds here than I first thought.
Oh, don't go! One of the other ones says. And then another guy, a gal says that, and then another guy next to him, please, no, we were just getting started our conversation. It sounds like you've got to go.
Well, I do have a little bit of business to attend to, but all right, one more round, all right.
All right. What did you give him for a name? Did you give him a name during all that? I can't.
Yes, I would have given them a name. Would have been Malice.
Malice, okay. Malice, my man! Let's do this. And they get another round and carry on and until you're ready to make leave.
Yeah, I'll talk more BS.
Nice. They'll give you a handshake and like a fist bump. Like, yeah.
Right, so I hope to see you around. Continue your studies. Never stop learning. Have a good night.
You got it. You too, man. And they all sort of give you a boom farewell. All right. So that is going to put us, I feel like, midday, a little after lunch, as those things were done sort of in tandem. All right. So I guess we'll jump back over to Valkyn and Thaxl. You were in the
just about to go and
bar.
Yeah.
At the bar. Oh, right. Down at the docks. Yeah.
The elf.
We're at the Bloody Knuckles.
That's what it was. Okay, cool. So much rougher crew over here.
Perfect.
There's brigands in here. There are just, sailors that are here on shore leave. Others that are dock workers. And the bartender is a much older tiefling male. A number of different scars, some grayish hair dangling off the sides of his head. Yellow eyes, looks forward. And what do you want?
Well, hey, you. You see that, and I look around the bar real quick. Who's probably the drunkest one in here?
Oh gosh, there's so many. it's going to be pretty easy to choose. There are a number of people that are near inebriated, losing their balance. There's at least two. The bar is fairly crowded. You see at least two at the bar. And then you see a table full of like totally 50 sheets into the wind sailors.
All right. So I point to the table of sailors. And I look to the tiefling dude, whatever else that. Because we're at the bar, right? Like the actual bar. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm like, you see that that gentleman over there? That one right there?
Aye.
He's in that can you not see him? He's like right there.
Yes. The table. Wait, over here with all the.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I see him.
I want a drink and put it on their tab. Thanks.
Let's see. Okay. Fair enough. What'll it be? Something hard or something dandy?
You take me for a dandy fool. Give me something hard.
Oh. I
but you may want to go a little light for my little owl friend over here.
Oh. Is this your pet?
Yes.
Pouring you a hot drink.
His name is George. Georgie Porgy. He talks too. It's quite a little thing. Georgie, get on over here.
What?
See?
What? Okay.
He talks.
That's impressive. And grew so big.
No. He's like 4.
Oh, wow.
I've had him ever since he hatched from that egg.
Oh, hate to see what he looks like when he's 10. Well, here's your drink.
Hopefully he lives that long. Thanks.
Oh, yeah. He sets down like a whiskey glass for you. Something that's really dark and almost not tar dark, but like super, yeah, very thick consistency. And he puts down this yellowish drink for Valkyn, and puts this little tiny anchor into it. It's kind of like the equivalent of the umbrellas. It's this pink anchor.
So
there we are, lad.
I reach over and I just pick off that anchor and I slip it into my pocket. It's cute.
That's awesome.
He doesn't get it. So, I have a question.
Oh, good. A question.
Yeah.
Let me be here to service you.
Oh, good. Service me.
Sorry.
I can't stop. I'm not from around here. Okay.
Oh.
Obviously. I mean, this pretty face around here, give me a break. So, what's the statue that's like hanging out over here? I want to know the story. I like to hear about a town's history.
Oh, the statue that's like out in front of the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's like a Kamash.
That garish thing. That's the grand hero of Zangard. Kramash Ulabar. Yeah. I'll give him credit. He's a strong bloke. Happened to be in the right place at the right time and dealt the final death blow to Lord Baramoth the Lich some 13 years ago, trying to take over the city and get at the city's secrets. That being the Vault of Knowledge and that crazy clock tower there mages used to reside in. The town names him the official hero, erects that statue, gives him the key to the city. Put it to good use, he did. Sorry. I got
Did you have too much whiskey, sir?
Not enough. Swig something out of a bottle. Oh, that's the stuff. That's better. He put all that goodwill to good use and started himself up a business. He did, and he gives back to the city, I suppose. But I don't know. There's other stories about him just not doing the bulk of damage in that fight and taking credit for the hard work others did and fended off that lich. But I suppose the final blow is the final blow.
That's the most important one, though.
Yes.
I should know. So does he still live here?
Oh, aye, yes. He lives up in the Gilded Enclave there. One of the biggest houses up there.
The Gilded what?
The Gilded Enclave is the residential area in our fair city where the ritzy, fancy, smancy folk make their abodes. They all live up there behind those huge walls.
I see.
Mm.
And so he kills this lich and you build him a statue.
Aye, the lich, a great horde of undead that had decimated most of the city aside from that reinforced Gilded Enclave. And yeah, it was a big moment in our history. A lot of rebuilding after that. But yeah, he got himself a statue, and a lot of praise, a lot of doors opened for him, and he took advantage of that. A good businessman.
I never got a statue raised. What about Franz? Do you know? My accent's going all over the place.
No problem.
A Franz or a Franz.
Oh,
Cooper.
Aye, Franz Cooper. He's a businessman, one might say, but he's got his hands in all sorts of black market dealings and dirty dealings. His hands are dirty. He gets his money the shady way, let's say. Plenty of that around here in the city, but he makes a good living up at the top of that particular hierarchy.
I see. I had a question and I forgot it. Georgie!
Yes?
I have a question.
Oh, you finish your little drink, Georgie Borgie. Here you go. Let me top that off for you. Get another little umbrella. This one's like a lime green, not umbrella, anchor. This one's lime green. Puts it on top. It's like mostly ice with a little bit of booze in a glass. There you go. There you go. Oh.
Any weird happenings in the city? We just moved to town. Not moved. We're just visiting, but I'm nosy.
Oh, well, maybe you'd like another drink there first?
Oh, yes. Yeah. He's been so kind to me ever since I came in. He wants to keep buying as many drinks as I want.
He kind of looks at you and looks at how drunk they are, and he's like, I don't care either way. They're going to pay. So cleans another glass and takes yours, puts a new one down, nice and chilled, and fills it up.
It's quite tasty.
Glad you like it. Aye, there's many things a bit odd here in the city. There's a whole slew of magistrates and other city officials that have just up and gone missing. No bodies found or anything. Just up and gone. Let's see. A number of gosh, who's getting killed? Just murders, right? Yeah, a number of murders, all committed in the same sort of heinously, chest ripped open. Not much left behind.
Do you think it was an animal attack or someone actually came in and just murdered them all?
Well, I saw one of the bodies myself, and it looked like something only an animal could do. For sure. Heinous. Not a good way to go.
Interesting. Just like chest ripped open, or is there like, 2 bite marks on the neck? 'Cause I've seen that, and it's just weird looking.
There were bite marks all about, and
Okay.
chest ribs cracked open and spread, mostly emptied out inside. No hearts left.
Okay. That's odd. Should I be concerned?
Sounds sort of.
Or am I pretty like safe? I think we're staying on the other side of town, but
Well, I think the only place that hasn't, well, I can't think of any place in the city that's entirely safe. But just don't be out too late at night, I think, and you should be fine. Seems to only happen at night, late at night.
with like any night, or are we talking like once a month when the big white shiny thing in the sky is full?
Well, I can't say that I've thought about it. I don't know.
Interesting. And what's your name?
Oh, Robert. No, just kidding. I don't know. Let's come up with a name for him.
Giggle shits.
Nice.
Bit nibbles.
Awesome. Barnaby.
Harvey?
Barnaby, lass.
Oh, Barn. I like Harvey better. All right, Harvey. Well, Harvey Barnaby. George, did you have any other questions for this fine, fine gentleman who's giving us all of our drinks?
About when did all this stuff start happening with nobles?
Look at him go! That's a whole full sentence there.
I trained him so well. Can you believe it?
You are an expert, young lady. You have impressed me, I must say.
Well,
I just kind of turn my head upside down and then also glare at Thaxl.
Oh,
That-
he's got
He
the glare!
does!
He's
He
got the
taught himself that! Can you believe it?
glare!
That's such a good Georgie Porgy, and I ruffle his feathers.
Nice. And what was your actual question, Valkyn? When did it all start?
Yeah.
The murders? Oh, I'd say they've been going on for at least 4 months now, unsolved. They've even got it up on the wanted board now. City Guard hasn't been able to get to the bottom of it. Right, the only... the other mysterious thing happened years ago. Maybe 7 or 8 years ago. The, no doubt you saw the clock tower when you entered the city.
Yeah.
It used to be run by wizards and mages, it did.
Ooh.
One day, empty. Vanished from the city, haven't returned since. Now, I've heard the place is full of traps, so you ought to be very careful if you can... A lot of thieves thought they could just sneak on in there and steal the valuables that no doubt lie within.
Valuables, you say?
Oh, a wizard's tower? Huh, they always have all sorts of magical items up there and other rarities worth... Who even knows how much gold or platinum? But
So other people have tried to go up there, but never came back, or what?
Usually 1 or 2 comes back, savagely wounded by the traps that are laid out within the tower.
That's good.
Interesting.
I
wonder what's up there.
It's a bit,
What's that, Steve? Oh, he wants to give me another round. He's just being so sweet, that guy way over there at that table.
Isn't he, though?
I mean, I pick them well.
Nice. Cleans out another glass, chilled glass, and fills it up and sets it down for you.
Does Georgie want another drink?
Do you, Georgie Boo?
Does he want another drink?
I took the anchor from the previous.
Nice.
Rude.
It's my anchor.
Nice.
Well, just give him another drink anyways.
Sure.
He's been such a good pet.
Oh, indeed. Oh, so well trained. And he takes out another one, again, fills it up mostly with ice and puts just a little bit of like watered down booze into it. There's a little kick to it, but it's very a delicate drink. And puts a purple, stark purple anchor in this one. There you go. We'll keep mixing that color up for you, fella.
You've been so kind, Harvey. Barnaby.
Sure, well, there's not many folks that actually take the time to strike up a conversation with me over here, so it's been nice having someone to chat with.
Aw. Well, I'll be in town for a little while over yonder, and I'm kind of like caressing his hand just a little bit.
So,
if you hear of anything odd, just I'll be moseying around. I may come back and find you again.
well, I think I'd like that.
Good. And I chug my whiskey.
Slam. Done.
Georgie, are you ready?
Yes.
You've been good for your owner there, Georgie.
He's just the best. Oh, you too. Bye. And I walk out feeling pretty damn good.
Nice.
Owner? Owner?
Yeah, you had some pretty seriously strong
Really,
drinks. I'd say you definitely have a buzz going on, too.
I'm sorry. We're like undercover. And I couldn't just say no. I've never had a pet before. I wanted to see what it was like. You're such a good friend.
Whatever.
I'm glad that we were on this adventure instead of... I wonder what the other two are up to anyway. Should we go find them?
Probably.
Did I see any poison shops on my way? As we were going through the...
Go ahead and make an investigation check, if you would, Deena.
Sure. It's a 7.
The things, I mean, you see some people selling poisons, but it's just a side thing at their shops. No one that seems to be have it as their main focus. You're getting the feeling, as you kind of get a better feel of the city, that asking around and such for these things, that the better stuff is in the Gilded Enclave, which is a little difficult to get into, but better shops and such are up there.
All right.
So, random question as we're walking. I guess we're walking back to where we were eating before. We split.
We
were going to mount it. Yeah, we were going to mount it at that tavern again.
Yeah.
That's where we got our rooms at.
So the Ascending Stone, is it just like one time per day and that's it? Or is it like I can use it one time and the receiver can use it one time?
Let's take a look. I'll do it this way to be faster. All right, and his is a little bit different anyway. Given his profession, he was able to get something a little jazzier.
Fancy schmancy.
He was able to get 50 words.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, he was.
All right, let's see. We use once. We just. All right. Let's see. So, okay. After the super immediately respond with a similar message. So he can use it once and you can reply. And you can use it once and he can reply. Then it needs to recharge. Like each stone can be used once a day, so you can technically reply to his message and then you could do your own. And he could reply to that.
Okay. That works. I think. Oh crap.
Replies need to be immediate, though.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah. Okay. We're on our way to the tavern then.
All right. So you guys head back. Everyone sort of finds their way back to the inn and tavern. It's like afternoon time now, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And around this, within 15 minutes of each group arrive, you arrive within 15 minutes of each other.
I'm a little buzzed. This is the best day. How was y'all's venture?
I am going to school tomorrow.
You're going to school?
A couple of the students are going to sneak me in the dorm tonight in the morning, take me to their alchemy class, and hopefully I can arrange with my brother who happens to be alchemist in town.
You're breaking up a little.
I am going to
the other way, I think, of whatever you did, it got a little bit worse when you.
It's weird.
I don't know. If just... Oh.
How's that? Better?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I am going to meet the alchemy professor at the university tomorrow. My brother is big here in town, one who does all cutting edge kind of.
Oh! Class sounds like fun.
They're going to sneak me into the door. I have a place to stay.
Oh.
And I don't miss class. Yeah, isn't that...
That is so sweet.
They were just adorable.
You know what was really, really extra sweet?
What?
This guy just gave me like 3 or 4 whiskeys at this bar.
Nice.
I don't know who it was. So sweet.
That was adorable. That was just too much. Too sweet.
It was amazing. You should come with me. But you know what else is really, really interesting? Do you remember that one time I burned down this person's house?
Yeah. That
person is now a prisoner at Tasso's castle mansion place, and we should go have a talk with him.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Would you like to help me torture that person? I want to kind of test out either my poison dagger, probably the poison dagger, because Tasso gave it to me, and I think he likes me a lot. And then I want to try another point. I just want to test this stuff out, and I think he's like the best one to test it on. So we need to make a plan to go back to Ikram.
Oh, definitely. You know, I still have that fire solution that we picked up.
And fire. I mean, to be honest, as long as I can see the life just leaving his stupid, pathetic eyes, I think I'll be fine.
After a very long time. You know, I can actually make it so that... Oh, I can do that.
Okay. But I get the final blow, so I can have a statue erected of me in the middle of Ikram. Do you think he'll do that?
Of course he would.
Okay.
Wait.
Of course he would.
Are you guys having this conversation aside from us?
No.
Okay.
No.
then I would say I could. I know it may not seem like, but I could help carrying him a little bit.
We should talk. Have you ever tortured someone before?
No, and I wouldn't really be taking part unless it really needed me.
But you can still like help me, like maybe.
Yeah, I can make him scared of you, like down. No.
Oh, that way. Okay. Okay. That would be fantastic. But before, I mean, I have 2 more things that I have to do before we leave this place. The Zangar place. We're in Zangar, right? Yeah, we're in Zangar.
Yes.
Yes.
I have had so much to drink today.
Does Thaxl have any like mannerisms or peculiarities when she's buzzed or
I think she's talking a lot.
Neat. I pictured her sticking her tongue out a lot, like the way that snakes and stuff taste.
Yeah, like that. Because she's talking too much. Her tongue is not in control.
Nice.
That's what's
I bit
happening.
my tongue.
That tongue. So we go back to Malagas. We found a bookstore. It's not a store. They make you read it there, which is dumb. But they have these little glasses that can help read faster. We should go there. Okay?
It's called the Vault of Knowledge.
Yes! I was there earlier.
I know,
Yeah,
I told you
cool.
about it.
They have this strange thing called an elevator.
Don't trust it.
Not quite sure how it works.
Don't trust it. No, don't trust it. It takes you down this hole and then you may not ever come out.
But I came out.
I don't know how. You got lucky.
Oh, the Malagas, check out these cool little anchors I got. One's purple and one's green.
What?
They were at the bar.
I
don't
got
know
one.
why,
Yes, we both had a few drinks, had some good times.
Did you not have a
These
good
were
time?
extremely watered down drinks.
Oh, I had a lovely time. Malagas, Professor Tittlebits.
You cut out what?
Professor Tittlebits and his brother Roman.
For the
Yes,
tidbits.
confirmed. That's what they told me as well.
His name is Tibblebit.
And,
Yes.
Tibblebit?
Oh, do we know a forger? Do any of you...
Do we what?
Forgery.
The only
Let-
rogue in
let
our
me-
party is kind of gone.
I need to check my skills. I only have an herbalism kit, so no.
Nope.
Alright. I am.
She's also moving her head like this. That's what she does.
Nice.
I look at the Malagas and I set the student schedule ID down on the table. You want to go with me tomorrow? Or do you want to get in?
Possibly. Do we know a forger? We don't know anyone here, do we?
I may have someone who could help us. His name is Harvey Barnaby. And he was a nice gentleman. He told me all sorts of
don't really-
stories.
I'm not sure how much of a barkeep or bartender at the docks will be.
You never know. You never know. Maybe he I mean, I'll come up with a good story. I'm good at that, apparently.
Sure, you're good at coming up with good.
Actually, do you think you could introduce me to him?
Oh, certainly. And then if I could bring Valkyn, he's really fond of Valkyn. He thinks that he's my pet.
Excellent. Because what I'm thinking is, if we can, I can just have him make one. And, yeah.
Yeah, I told him I see him again, so you can come along with me. And I mean, he's really a fine-looking gentleman. Really
well, I have to go meet the student. I have to go meet the student later, around after midnight-ish.
Okay.
I'm a working girl after all, trying to save up to attend school.
Could you do me a favor while you're working? I lost like 6 gold at the docks. Some jerk swiped it from me. Do you think you can steal some while you're in there to replenish my little stack?
Sure, of course. Of course, I'll see what I can pick up for you.
Thanks. Thanks.
We need to. Not a whole lot with the students, but I'm sure I can find something. Find someone.
Okay. I mean, if you just happen to see something.
Yes, I'm thinking maybe perhaps I need to get into the Gilded Enclave.
Yes, I heard of that place. I think someone lives there. I need to check my notes. Cramash.
Yes.
He lives up there. We need to go check it out.
We do.
Beans, Randy disconnected. Can I have everyone else roll a perception check, if you would?
Sure.
Yeah.
Perception. Randy, if you can hear, if you're watching the stream or anything, go and roll perception. Just pop it in chat.
12.
13.
Let's see here. That's 16 and 18.
Okay. Alright, I'll roll for Randy unless he comes back before I...
He said he lost internet on the computer. He's rolling.
Oh, okay, good. Thanks.
Well, I don't know if he does his perception.
Oh, right. I can take a look at that here.
He said, okay.
Alright, Malagas. Let's see. Your perception skill bonus is +4.
Oh, dang.
Let's see. He rolled a 10, so 14.
All right, and Valkyn, yours was what, 18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. While everyone's talking, Valkyn, and you're sort of, sitting back listening and chiming in when you have some info, you notice that a couple of shady-ish figures have come in. Shady in that you can't quite make out their faces. They're wearing hoods drawn up tight. They're cloaks, basically. They have tan and brown leathers on. And they're wearing dark brown gloves that come up over the cuffs. Long sleeves, even though it's pretty toasty out here.
Any symbols or anything visible?
No, but you see like 2 or 3 of them come in at a time and sit down on one side of the tavern, and as you kind of look around carefully, you see that on the other side there's another two. And they haven't ordered anything, and they're all just sort of sitting in their spots. The two that are already seated here are looking over at your table. And that's where we'll end tonight's session. Bam!
I'll kind of lean over, I guess, to... I guess I probably would have leaned over to Deena, been like, because I think somebody...
Which you can do.
And then I kind of subtly point to the, all the hooded figure.
Nice.
Because I'm not going to go and tell the drunk person that there's people.
I'm not completely drunk. I'm just tipsy.
Yeah.
Thaxl just sees Deena go, fuck. And just the tiniest flicker of flame on her fingertips.
And that's when I straighten up. Ta-da!
Nice. Yeah. Woohoo! Sorry, to Malagas, that your internet pooped out. But hopefully it'll be all set next week for when it gets juicy. Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
We're going to blow up a tavern.
Yeah! Awesome.
It's my favorite place.
Yes.
All that alcohol, it burns so lovely.
It does, doesn't it?
But this is where we got our room!
We'll get some more! Well, I mean, I've already got a room.
Malagas went and dropped, like, a whole platinum on us.
That's right.
I mean, I could always go find Harvey. It's no big deal.
Nice.
I don't know. Harvey Barnaby.
We'll figure it out.
We'll be fine.
Exciting. Oh yeah, you guys are legit. Thank you, players, as always. Such a blast getting to play with you guys each Tuesday. Thank you so much. Yay.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes. That's my pleasure. Let's see. Oh, thank you, chat, as always, for being here. Of course, if anyone's in chat that doesn't know, we stream our All Evil campaign here at Kyrus Lament every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. Then we have our other not all evil campaign, Stormfall. We do Friday, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. But
check them out too.
Yeah. Come on back next Tuesday. Find out what these shady figures are and what's going to go down. And Frank, thank you again very much for the tip tonight. Really appreciate it.
Frank is awesome.
Yeah. Hope you all have a wonderful, lovely night, and look forward to catching you soon. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.